All right, so we are going to start Unit 6, Strand 6. We are going to be exploring the cognitive growth of children. So, cognitive, like you have some idea of from doing the activities in your performance skills. Cognitive development is how children think, explore, and figure things out. So, it's how their brain works. This is the development of knowledge, skills, problem solving, and dispositions, which help children think about and understand the world around them. So that's what we mean by cognitive. Like I said, when you did the performance skills last time, um, cognitive is brain development, how they think and figure things out. So, Standard 6.1 is exploring two foundational cognitive development theorists. We're going to talk about two theorists. There are lots of others, but these are the two main ones that you need to know about cognitive development. So, your essential question is, what is the difference between Jean Piaget's and Lev Vygotsky's developmental theories? Go ahead and pause the video. Remember to write down that essential question and then come back when you're ready to continue. All right. So let's talk about developmental theories. Developmental theories are basically what this child development is based on. So the reason why we even have this class is because there are developmental theories. Okay. People do research and then they base theories on how kids grow and develop off that research. So there are a lot of different theorists or researchers. We're going to talk about two important theorists who study cognitive development. We're going to talk about Jean Piaget and we're going to talk about Lev Vygotsky. So, but first, let's talk about why developmental theories are important. They can help us understand the people around us better. They give us a broader picture of how people develop and change over time. And they also help us to develop empathy. Empathy is the ability to be sensitive and understanding to the feelings, thoughts, and experiences of others. So, this is why developmental theories are important. Because truly through these developmental theories, we can understand why people are doing the things that they're doing. We can be a little bit more sensitive and understanding of how other people might be feeling or how they might be experiencing things. And we'll talk about that a little bit more today. So we're going to start with Jean Piaget. Jean Piaget was the first to study cognitive development on children that focused on developmental stages rather than how much they can learn. So he's a French guy. That's why you say his name Jean Piaget, even though it's spelled like Jean Piaget, right? But you say it Jean Piaget because he was French, okay? So he developed 4 different stages of cognitive development that are divided according to age. He did this because he actually had a job where he was studying. He was giving tests to kids. They were giving like IQ tests to kids to see how smart they were. And he started realizing that kids that were about the same age were getting the same questions wrong on these standardized tests. And so then he started doing some research and he was asking them like why they picked. He realized that they were even picking the same wrong answer. So like if the answer was really B, all these kids were picking C. And so he started realizing that there's stages that we go through cognitively. And so that's how his theory actually started. So that's some more background. So Jean Piaget has 4 different stages. You will need to know the first 3. So birth to 2 years old are the sensory motor stage. 2 to 7 year olds are in the pre-operational stage. and ages 7 to 11-year-olds are in the concrete operational stage. Sorry. So it's SPC. And to be honest, this is how I remember it. And it might be crazy, but I remember South Park City is how I remember. SPC. Sensory motor, preoperational, concrete. If something else works for you, I don't know. That's like what came to my brain when I was studying this in college. So yeah, that's what I do. South Park City works for me. Okay. But if you find something different, great. All right. So we're going to start with the sensory motor stage. Again, this is ages birth to 2 years old, about 2 years. Okay. So stimulating sensory environment promotes brain development and learning. That's because new experiences develop new neural pathways promoting brain growth, right? We talked about how cells that fire together wire together. That's part of this because they're promoting brain growth as they're experiencing new things. But negative experiences can damage or alter neural development. So things that are hard or things that should not be happening can damage or alter the way the brain actually works, which is kind of crazy. That's why the way that kids develop is important. So, also in stage 1, the main goal to achieve during this stage is object permanence. Object permanence is knowing that an object still exists if it is hidden. So, an example of how you can test this is by playing peekaboo. If you've ever played peekaboo with a baby, they think it's the best thing in the world. They are likely still in this stage. So, that's because the reason why is because they don't have object permanence. They don't know that an object still exists if it's hidden. So, what's really happening is when you play peekaboo and you hide your face, they think your face has literally disappeared. They don't realize that your face is still there if it's hidden. That's why when you say peekaboo, all of a sudden they think you're magic because you just made your face reappear because it was gone, because it was hidden from them. Okay? So if you can still play peekaboo with a baby, they're probably still in this sensory motor stage. Once they achieve object permanence, then they usually move on to the next stage. So I'm going to end this video here, but then I'll pick up and we'll watch a couple videos that will explain what peekaboo might feel like to a baby.